Well, here we are in the beautiful city of Sunbury. This is my good friend the Paratrooper. You all know him. He lives here. He's lived here since early 2007. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. Unfortunately to say.
So how do you feel about this place?
Well, you never really, can truly diss, something that you consider home. But in a way, I think sometimes, you can, happily say that you will live in a certain area, and you can grumpily say that you will live in a certain area. And with me, it's more, I say this, with a shame that, this is my home for now, anyway. And probably not for much longer, but at least, for the rest of the summer, this is where I'm going to make my existence.
Yes. Here's a nice church. I wonder what kind of church this is.
Oh, it's like a Methodist church.
Methodist church.
You know where I'm going to take you? Over here to Sunbury Motors, where I bought my car.
Cool.
Just because I remember sitting.
So why is this particular part of town important to you?
Well, Suddenplant, what we are standing in front of right now is Sunbury Motors. This is the place where I got my most cherished car that I ever owned before. My 2007 Ford Focus. And I have had this car for 2.5 years so far, and this car has not let me down once. I am proud to say that, I have bought my car from Sunbury Motors here. I personally know 2 people that work here, and this is actually, at this point, one of the most profitable businesses in Sunbury.
Look at all those trucking bays. Yeah. Even pretty far into its decline, Sunbury still is a pretty big regional industrial center for the area.
It still comes across like that.
And here is Reagan Street, possibly named after Ronald Reagan. We don't really know. Could have been named after some other Reagan, or could have been renamed during the last couple decades. It's really hard to tell. And we are coming up to an inexplicable hole in the ground. You see that?
Yep.
House, over there, more houses. But over here, this is huge random hole filled with all these rocks. I have no idea what this hole is supposed to be for. Very strange. And here is another typical part of Sunbury.
Yep.
Very Sunbury-ish. And here we are once again in the center of town. Looks like there's a lot of construction going on. And here's the famous Hotel Edison.
Yep.
There we go. Lady Gaga song.
What song's that?
That building's library?
Yeah.
Very cool. I've gotten cigars from this place before.
Yes, you have.
Now, this is one of 2 high-rises in Sunbury. It is a retirement home, and in my opinion it says a lot about an area when a retirement home is the tallest building in the city, and that's actually true for most of the area around here.
Yeah.
Sunbury Sub Shop. You've eaten there before, Paratrooper?
Plenty of times. Very good.
Highly recommended?
Highly recommended.
All right.
And look at this, vacant lot right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of these in this town. Vacant lots, or just houses that are old and or torn down, or houses that people shouldn't be living in anyway, right?
Yeah. Houses that are so dilapidated that every building here should be condemned.
Kind of interesting. A clock with the dates of the Vietnam War on it. Yeah. I've never seen that before.
Let's go down this.
Kind of a nice area right here. Alright, we are here in just about the center of Sunbury, where they have a little park here in the middle of Market Street. What is this? It's a cannon. Looks like an artillery piece from, not sure what era. Do you happen to know?
World War I.
World War I era artillery. So yeah, this park was recently restored, is that correct?
Yeah, look at this. Isn't this nice?
This is a very nice park here. Now, it comes to show that even if a lot of parts of the town are crummy, they can make it nice if they want to.
Yeah.
And here's the building for the Daily Item, the Newspaper of Sunbury. Now, Mr. Paratrooper, what is the significance of this building that we are looking at behind you?
Well, Suddenplant, this is the very first, Wise's, building that was in operation. This building was built back in 1912, and it still exists, even to this date.
Yeah, it's the first Wise store, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And it's a chain that now reaches all the way into Maryland, all the way into Montgomery County. And who knows where else it's been. It's getting pretty big, and it all started right here in Sunbury.
Yes, it did.
Now, one thing about Sunbury, we know that it's a river town. It's on the Susquehanna River.
Yep.
In fact, it's the first major city north of Harrisburg. It's about, 40 miles north of Harrisburg, would you say?
50, I'd say.
About 50?
Yeah.
And there's a big flood wall that was built here to protect the town from being flooded during major rains. And we're going to walk up here so we can get a good view of the river.
Let's go in the pavilion right here.
Yes, this is the famous Susquehanna River. If you look to our north, way down there, you can even see where it splits. On the left is the west branch of the Susquehanna River, which goes up to Williamsport, and to our right is the main branch of the Susquehanna River, which goes up to Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area, and eventually up to New York State.
Yeah, and it ends in Cooperstown, New York. It's where the Baseball Hall of Fame is.
Well, it begins there, you should say.
Yeah.
But and this river empties out into the Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah.
And way down there, you might barely be able to see it, is the town of Northumberland, the neighboring town to Sunbury. And if you see that road at the base of the mountain, that is Route 11, U.S. Route 11. It goes between Danville, which is up there, and Shamokin Dam and Selinsgrove, which are down there. Now, if I show you down there far enough, you should be able to see the power plant at Shamokin Dam. It's a major power plant, and you can see the Route 61 bridge, which is the main bridge across the river between Sunbury and Shamokin Dam.
Yeah.
Now, don't get confused, because Shamokin Dam doesn't actually have anything to do with the town of Shamokin. They're two entirely different places that aren't even close to each other.
Yep.
It's just a bit of a coincidence, I think. Oh, there's Sunbury's other high-rise retirement home. Ah, ducks. Ducks in the river.
And look, there's even a lot of babies over there.
Yeah, a lot of little baby ducks. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Very cute.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. Alright, and here we are leaving the waterfront. It's funny, you have like peaceful, nice nature over here. And over here you have like city, urban road construction. Look at that, they got it down to one lane. Yeah, this is a road you certainly don't want to have down to one lane. Look at all that backup.